It was a full day of notable speakers as day one of CPAC kicks off. One America's Bryan Kugler has more on Thursday's highlights.
The annual Conservative Political Action Conference is well underway, attracting conservatives from all over the nation. Counselor to the President Kellyanne Conway kicked off the day's events, speaking on how generous and compassionate of a leader President Trump is, adding she sees a humorous president who is interested in the lives of those around him.
He made people feel from the beginning they were part of this movement. And being part of a movement means you're not just witnessing a campaign externally, which is the way I think a lot of activists felt over the years at different periods of time, which is that they're just witnessing history rather than being a part of it.
Shortly after, Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker took the stage and talked about his experience at battling protesters throughout his political career. His comments come as several GOP lawmakers are heckled by their constituents at town hall meetings across the country. Walker urged fellow conservatives to stand up and fight for the president and his policies.
A reporter asked me, don't the protesters have a right to be heard? I said, absolutely. They absolutely have a right to be heard. This is America. Anybody can say or do what they want about the government. They can challenge the government no matter who's in power. But I then said to that same reporter that I wasn't going to let the noise of the protesters drown out the voices of the majority of people who had elected us to do the things that we were going to do.
Later, Texas Senator Ted Cruz predicted there will be another vacancy on the Supreme Court this summer.
The Scalia seat is defense. We're not going to get any better than Justice Scalia. The best we can do is preserve constitutional victories like upholding the Second Amendment, like protecting religious liberty. But we're not going to get any better. This summer, I think we'll have another Supreme Court vacancy this summer. If that happens, as much as the left is crazy now, they will go full Armageddon meltdown. Because the next vacancy is where we have the ability to get back and restore our basic constitutional protections.
Senator Cruz did not say which justice he thought might retire, but there are two who are 80 years old or older. Meanwhile, Education Secretary Betsy DeVos defended the decision to rescind the public bathroom rule for transgender students and emphasized the need for the Education Department to return power to parents, communities, and states.
Let me just say that this issue was a very huge example of the Obama administration's overreach to suggest a one-size-fits-all federal government approach, top-down approach to issues that are best dealt with and solved at a personal level and a local level. And I have made clear from the moment I've been in this job that it's our job to protect students and to do that to the fullest extent that we can, and also to provide students, parents, and teachers with more flexibility around how education is delivered and how education is experienced, and to protect and preserve personal freedoms.
Making a rare public appearance alongside White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus, strategist Steve Bannon blasted the mainstream media for its constant criticism of the president and his administration. The pair also talked about their unique partnership and how they are working to further President Trump's campaign promises.
If you think they're going to give you your country back without a fight, you are sadly mistaken. Every day it is going to be a fight, and that is what I'm proudest about Donald Trump. All the opportunities he had to waver off this, all the people have come to him and said, oh, you got to moderate. Every day in the Oval Office, he tells Reince and I committed this to the American people. I promised this when I ran, and I'm going to deliver on this.
And Vice President Mike Pence wrapped up the day speaking on a wide range of topics, including the economy, illegal immigration, and the Obamacare nightmare.
And let me assure you, America's Obamacare nightmare is about to end. You know, despite the best efforts of liberal activists at town halls around the country, the American people know better. Obamacare has failed, and Obamacare must go.
And later, Pence reiterated President Trump's commitment to fight for the American people every day.
And with President Donald Trump in the White House, I know the best days for America are yet to come. Let's get to work.
Bryan Kugler, One American News.